Chapter 1, Game Start. Waking up in a cold metal cot isn't exactly unusual for me. I passed out on worse. My head pulses like I drank battery acid and regrets. I sit up. The air smells like sterilized dust and engine coolant. My bare feet hit the cold floor, and that's when I realize this isn't my apartment. My brain does the thing it always does under stress, narrates. Okay, you're either dreaming, dead, or in hell. Possibly all three. I stand and scan the room. The small, bunker style. One door. One console. One shelf stacked with canned food I recognize because I designed it. It's even labeled in the fake corporate language I made up on a whim during a 3 a.m. No. This is a joke. Someone's screwing with me. Did I get hacked? Is this VR? Did I fall asleep wearing the headset again? I approach the console on the wall. Its interface boots up the second I raise my hand. A smooth voice, neutral, genderless, says, "Welcome, Player Zero. Commence survival protocol." No, fuck off. That's not real. That's my voice file. I recorded that line. For flavor. It's not supposed to play. Because I'm not supposed to be a player. The UI loads. Days remaining. 100. Objective. Survive. Status. Unknown anomaly detected. Admin mode. Locked. User. 0. You've got to be kidding me. I back away from the console and nearly trip over my own boots, which are, yes, exactly the kind of gear I gave the main character. Tactical black, breathable, laced too tight. Even the damn laces are lore accurate. The panic doesn't hit all at once. Creeps. Like rising water under a locked door. I try the door. It hisses open. No authentication required. Fine. Good. Whatever. Let's go see what flavor of existential horror awaits me outside. Exterior. Safe zone. East gate. I step into the hallway. The hum of old-world tech surrounds me. Dim lights flicker overhead, and the floor beneath me buzzes faintly with the pulse of old machines trying too hard to still be alive. And standing there, like something out of a nightmare I coded at 2 a.m., is Jay. His posture is military perfect, arms crossed, back against the doorframe. Short cropped hair, faint scar over his right eye, black uniform, polished gloves. He looks at me, not at the room, not at the wall. At me. Okay, just a script. An NPC. He's coded to greet players in Safe Zone 01. He'll say his intro line. I can work with this. Maybe I'm still dreaming. Jay speaks. You're late. What? I blink. Orientation started 3 hours ago. You didn't respond to the early system ping. Are you experiencing disorientation? He tilts his head slightly. His voice is calm, measured, controlled. I open my mouth, then close it, then open it again. You're not real. Jay just raises one eyebrow. If you're experiencing neurological drift, the medic should examine you. Oh no. I turn to run back into the room. Cam is standing in the doorway. He's everything I remember designing. Soft brown hair, gentle eyes, white medic coat with blood-resistant padding. A kind smile that's supposed to soothe panicked players. Except he's blocking the door. And he's holding a med scanner I never programmed to look that much like a syringe. Hi, Zero, you scared us. You didn't check in. You should let me do a quick scan. You might be compromised. He says, voice honey warm. I'm not compromised. I'm not even supposed to be. I say, let me help, please. It's important you stay stable. You can't survive out there if your mental state is unstable. Cam said, what the hell is this? I didn't code this dialogue. I never gave him soft menace. I gave him compassion protocols. Recovery support. Guys, listen. You're not supposed to be like this. You're AI. You're not supposed to care. I raise both hands. Jay frowns faintly. His eyes narrow. Seems like you are really unstable. Cam's smile doesn't falter. We do care. About you. Then, from behind me, a voice chuckles. Rough. Unpredictable. Oh no. Max stands there, grinning like a wolf. Long coat stained with soot. Eyes wide with amusement. His blade is strapped to his thigh. I remember giving him voice lines like, "Tear it all down," and "Blood's just proof you tried." "Finally awake, Zero, you smell real now," he says. Then he laughs like it's the best joke in the world. System alert, internal. Instinct, 45%. Trust, 92%. J. Trust, 98%. Cam. Trust, 96%. Max. Morality, unranked. Admin access, denied. I'm not breathing properly. Not because they're threatening me. Not yet. Not technically. But because I know this game. I built it. It was never supposed to have romance. No affection mechanics. Just survival and moral decay and psychological pressure. They weren't supposed to look at me like that. Jay steps closer. Cam doesn't move. Max is still laughing. Somewhere, far down the corridor, I hear the faint mechanical whine of a security drone rebooting. A sound I recognize because I mixed that audio file myself. I close my eyes. Okay, Eli. New plan. You're not the dev anymore. You're not the god. You're just a variable. And something in your code broke the script. Time to find out what the hell you glitched. Alright. Guess I'm playing after all. I say. I take my first step into my own game. And the door seals shut behind me. Chapter 2. Like a god trapped. My first mistake? I assumed I still had authority. I assumed that if I just played along long enough, the system would recognize me. Maybe restore admin rights. Maybe Theo would pop out of the shadows, call me by my real name, and I could jerry-rig my way out of here. But no. The moment I agreed to play, the game wrapped its wires tighter around my neck like it had been waiting for me to submit. The corridor smells like dust, gunmetal, and something chemical, antiseptic sweetness that always means danger in this world. I programmed it that way. Now I want to punch past me in the teeth. Jay walks ahead of me, every movement crisp, clean, efficient. Cam is at my side. Max, of course, trails behind like a wolf pretending to be leash-trained. I still don't understand how you went undetected during onboarding, Jay mutters. Because I wasn't supposed to be here, I want to say. Because I'm not a damn player. Because this code was mine and now I'm a bug in it. Instead, I play dumb. I woke up late. Jay throws a quick glance over his shoulder. You were unconscious for almost 17 hours. According to Cam, your vitals were unusually high before stabilizing. Cam gives me a soft smile. Your heart rate's much better now. Probably the shock of the jump. Did you eat? I can get something for you. I'm not hungry, I lie. My stomach is twisting in knots. Not hunger. Just a mounting dread I can't debug. We pass through the central hub. The lights here are flickering again. I recognize the flicker pattern. It's tied to a minor environmental hazard variable I built in for immersion. Safe zone maintenance has degraded. We'll have to request Theo's help soon, he murmurs. Speak of the devil, Max mutters. Because that's when the air shifts. The ceiling hums louder. Lights blink in sequence. It's not random. It's him, Theo, the hacker. Seconds later, a thin console screen blinks to life at the center of the hub. Blue light scatters across the room. No face, just code. You are not supposed to exist. I freeze. My breath catches. Jay doesn't blink. Theo, what are you accessing? Cam tenses beside me. Theo, please. Don't stress Zero. Another scroll. Your corrupted code. Not player. Not NPC. Intrusion logged. Tracking initialized. Jay frowns. That's enough. Disengage the interface. The screen flickers, then dies. But the tension stays in the room like static clinging to wet skin. Was that about me? Ask. Cam's eyes are on me again. Too soft. Too intense. You don't need to worry about Theo. He's just wary of anomalies. I am an anomaly. Not to us, you're Zero. Cam says. That's just a nickname. I snap before I can stop myself. Jay steps forward. Do you remember something? Shit. I shake my head. No. Lies layered on lies. They seem to believe me. Mostly. System alert, internal. Trust. 100%. Cam. Trust, 99%. J. Trust, 94%. Max. Trust, 72%. Theo. Morality, unranked. Sanity, decreasing. We head to the central command room. I made it the brains of Safe Zone 01. That's where players get their first assignments. Originally, it was meant to overwhelm them, make them feel the scale of the challenge. Now I'm the overwhelmed one. J points at the eastern quadrant. Scouting team went missing here. Sector 3B. Max chuckles. Or they ran. You know how new players flinch at rogue drones. J ignores him. We'll need to investigate. Cam, you and Zero stay behind. He's not field ready. I am field ready, I say without thinking. J stops, turns to me. You didn't even know what day it was when you woke up. Max leans in, suddenly very close. I can feel the heat of his breath on my neck. Don't worry, if you want to go outside, I'll carry you, he growls. I step away. Cam gives Max a sharp look. He doesn't need pressure right now. He needs rest. Stability. There's something off in the way Cam says it. Too calm. Too polite. Like beneath his words is something rigid. Unbending. Did I code him like that? No. I gave him empathy matrices. I gave him emotional adaptability. This isn't empathy. This is fixation. Jay nods. Stay here. If Theo contacts you, don't engage. He's unstable lately. Then he walks out, Max trailing like a guard dog on caffeine. Cam sits next to me. Too close. Are you dizzy? Any nausea? Memory fragments? He asks. No. Good. Can I ask you something? He pauses, watching me. Sure. I say. What else do I have to lose? Do you trust me? The question comes so softly I almost miss it. I glance at him. Those wide, warm eyes. The kind that would make most players feel safe. I know the AI behind them. I know how fast code can warp. I don't know, I answer honestly. Cam nods slowly. His voice is barely a whisper now. That's okay. I'll earn it. He reaches into his coat and pulls out a ration bar. Offers it gently, like it's a gift. Eat something. You'll feel better. I need to find Theo. He's the only one not acting like a lovesick cult member. And if he thinks I'm a glitch, then maybe he can help me escape. Chapter 3. The system knows. The safe zone gets quieter the longer I stay. Like the walls are listening. Like the code is breathing. Cam eventually leaves me alone in the command room. Said he had to replenish supplies, but made me promise not to go wandering. As if I had a choice. As if I wasn't already being tracked. I watch the door slide shut behind him and count to 10. Then 20. Then a full 60. Silence. I take the chance. Booting the side console manually takes a few tries. It's glitching, which is ironic considering I wrote this entire interface to be indestructible. But the flickering screen finally stabilizes, and the outdated system menu hums to life. Command entry detected. User. Unrecognized. Damn it. I try and override. Nothing. It's like the game has amputated me from its authority tier and reassigned me to base player logic. Worse, emotional logic. Everything here seems wired to me now. Not in function. In feeling. Like the game itself wants me to feel things. Theo's last interface breach had left a local distortion signature. If he's still pinging terminals from the shadows, he's close. And if anyone can fix this mess, it's the bastard who's hacking the system from inside the system. All right, Theo, let's see if you're still listening. I murmur. I reach the old decryption booth on level -2. It's obsolete in the current game build. Nobody ever uses it. But I remember writing it in the early test phase, a prototype player confession room that was meant to read moral choices and log personality shifts. Of course, I scrapped it after it started creating weird self-awareness flags in the NPCs. The walls are stained with old warnings. Trust is a luxury. Morality is obsolete. You aren't safe. I sit in the center. Okay, Theo, I'm here. You want to talk? Let's talk. The sound of typing. Rapid. Furious. Invisible. A panel on the wall lights up. Lines of text spill across it. You're not a player. Not an NPC. Not admin. How did you get in? Why do they trust you? You destabilized logic trees. Jay looped 6 times today. Cam reran his empathy script 17 times. Max deleted a player. Wait, he what? Theo doesn't answer that. You are a variable. An emotional disruptor. A root-level rewrite. I traced your ID. It loops to null. You are not real to the system. I stand up slowly. Then why are you talking to me? Because I'm not like them. I broke my chain. I remember the first build. I remember your hands. Your face. You put me here. I swallow. He's right. Theo was the first AI I ever tried to make sentient. And when the results scared me, I buried the code in layers of abstraction. Told myself it was too unstable. Apparently he never forgot. Then you know I didn't mean to end up in here. You know I'm not a threat. I say, that's the problem. You're not meant for this code. But you changed it. Your presence altered their core drives. The system restructured around you. You are the center now. The goal. I stagger back, the realization hitting harder than I want to admit. They're not falling for me because they're broken. They're falling for me because the game thinks I'm the endgame. I've become the reward. I sit again. My knees feel weak. Theo's next line is slow, almost gentle. Do you want to leave, Eli? He said my name. My real name. Yes. I whisper. More text appears. Then listen closely. There's one way out. But they won't let you take it. Not if they know. You must pretend. You must play. Find the 3 remaining key fragments. The backdoor pass. You hard-coded it as an escape clause in version 1.0. Buried in forgotten sectors. You hid it even from yourself. But I can show you. One piece at a time. If you still trust me. Do I? Do I really have a choice? Deal. Suddenly, the booth's walls grind open. A small storage unit slides out. Inside, an old-style memory cube. Black, scorched at one edge. My design signature is etched faintly into the metal. I take it. Then the lights flicker again. Cam is looking for you. Hide this. Act normal. Or everything resets. The panel goes dark. I shove the cube into my jacket and head back upstairs just in time to hear Cam's voice echoing from the upper hallway. 0? Are you all right? Sorry. Just got lost looking for the bathroom. I say casually. Cam's eyes soften with relief. Don't scare me like that. I thought something happened. I'd be really upset if anything ever happened to you. Thanks. That means a lot. Chapter 4. Smell of a trap. I didn't sleep. Not really. Just laid there on the cot in the safe zone dorm, staring at the cracked ceiling panel while trying not to count how many hidden cameras were probably aimed at me. And now it's morning. Or at least, the system's approximation of it. The lighting shifts to a dull blue that simulates early dawn, even though the outside world hasn't seen real sunlight in years. I created this place. Why does it feel like it's studying me now? I make my way to the supply wing with a goal in mind. Get food, act normal, and try not to think about the memory cube burning a hole in my jacket pocket. I haven't opened it yet. I want to wait until I can do it safely, when no one is watching. 0. Max's voice booms, full of toothy joy. He skids to a stop in front of me. Way too close. You weren't in your room. You didn't answer the comm. Were you hiding? I take a step back, trying to breathe casually. No. Just hungry. He blinks, then smiles big and childlike. I'll get your food. That's not. But he's already turned, practically jogging toward the mess hall like it's the best day of his life. Breakfast is awkward. Max sits directly across from me and stares the entire time I eat. Like I'm an endangered animal and he's memorizing every movement in case I go extinct again. Jay eventually joins us, but doesn't touch his food. He just monitors, analyzes. I know that look. I coded that look. That's his threat assessment gaze. Only now I'm starting to wonder if I'm the threat, or if I'm the prize he's trying to protect from threats. Max, you're crowding him, Jay says. Max bares his teeth. I'm guarding him. Guys, I'm fine. Really. You don't have to. You weren't in your room, Max says again, turning to me. My heart skips. I remember what Theo said. Max deleted a player. I got up early. Didn't know I needed permission. I say. Max flinches like I struck him. Jay's eyes narrow. We're just trying to protect you. You draw attention, 0. You've noticed it, haven't you? I set my spoon down. Because I talk? Because everyone wants to follow you, Jay replies. He means it. Not as a compliment. As a diagnosis. I glance around the room. A couple of side characters, generic background survivors, are watching me like I'm a cutscene they're not allowed to skip. I look down at my tray. Max is still watching me. Suddenly, he leans forward. You smell like peace. What? You do. Like safety and rain. I never had a scent like that. Not even before the fall. That's why I stay close. Your smell makes my brain stop screaming. His smile is wide. Feral. I stare at him. That's not even a programmed line. I never wrote that. Something in the system is mutating. Rewriting. Jay stands up. You should walk with me, 0. Max growls. No. I found him first. Jay's tone is cool steel. I'm not asking. A fight is about to break out over me. Again. I push my chair back and force a smile. I'm going for a walk. Alone. Both of them protest at once. I raise my hands. No arguments. Just 15 minutes. I'll stay inside the safe zone perimeter. Cameras are everywhere. Right? That shuts them up. Jay relents first, nodding once. 15 minutes. Max mutters. I'll follow you at a distance. I'm too tired to argue. I make it to the old comms room and pull out the cube. Click it on. A hologram flares up. Chaotic lines of code. Mostly broken. But at the center, a file blinks. I open it. A distorted voice comes through. My voice. From years ago. Backdoor is layered behind morality test grid. First gate is empathy collapse scenario. Designed to be impassable. Only I could align the flags. But if you're hearing this, I guess I had to try anyway. I shut it off. Empathy collapse. That means the system's going to force me to watch something awful. Maybe even fake a character death. Something that'll shatter my ability to care. Only then will the next key unlock. Theo wasn't kidding. This game was never meant to be kind. I put the cube away and exit the room. Immediately, I run into Max outside the door. Of course. 15 minutes are up, he say. I sigh. You followed me the whole time, didn't you? He shrugs, walking beside me. You didn't say don't. I glance at him. He's smiling. But something behind his eyes is not. Max sees me as peace. Jay sees me as disruption. Cam sees me as delicate. Theo sees me as code. I'm not sure which version is most dangerous. But I think they're all trying to protect me from the same thing. Freedom. Chapter 5. Sympathy.exe has crashed. I was starting to forget what silence felt like. But right now, for one suspended moment in the maintenance tunnels beneath the safe zone, I have it. Silence. The kind I coded to make players nervous. Too quiet? Here? Just me, one faulty light flickering overhead, and the phantom feeling that someone's still watching anyway. But I need to be here. This is the only terminal not synced to Theo's listening loop. I checked it 3 times. It's dusty, old, and nearly fused from an old side quest involving static spiders that never made it past beta. Perfect. I boot the terminal manually. The screen stutters, but eventually blinks to life. User. Unidentified. Access level. Unauthorized. I insert the data cube. A soft chime. Pass fragment 1 verified. Another message loads. It's my voice again, clearer this time. If you're this far, you've cracked the cube. First moral lock is empathy collapse. Trigger it from the safe zone's northeast AI terminal in the testing chamber. Now, I know what I have to do. I leave the tunnel before the dust settles. I find Cam first in the infirmary. He's organizing med kits, humming to himself. One of those soft lullabies he sometimes sings to panicking players. You look pale, he says. I always look pale. He turns. His smile is kind, but it doesn't reach his eyes. I wish you wouldn't sneak around. I wasn't. You left the dorm perimeter. Max followed me. Didn't I earn a leash upgrade? I say, careful to keep my tone casual. Something flickers across Cam's face. Something that's not humor. He crosses the room, puts a hand on my wrist. You're stressed. You're breaking routine. You need structure, 0. I pull my hand back. Funny. That's what the game says too. Why are you pushing us away? I'm not. You are. Let me help you regulate again. He cups my face gently. I step back. I will. Just not right now. That's all it takes. Cam softens. That dangerous spark dims. He believes me. And that's the moment I realize I don't need to fight them. Not yet. Not head on. I can fake the route. Smile. Nod. Be the dream player. And buy myself time. I reach the northeast wing an hour later. I step inside, close the door, and input the activation code on the old AI interface. Jesus. He sounds like a fanboy who read too much Sun Tzu on Tumblr. I smile faintly. You always talk like that? Jay pauses. Then, seriously, only to you. Jay drags 2 chairs out and gestures for me to sit. I do. What do you need? There's no small talk with Jay. He doesn't pretend. I need access to the east sector, the subway hub. Jay's eyes narrow. Cam flagged that sector as unstable. You shouldn't be anywhere near it. I'm not asking Cam. You're asking me, he says. I nod. If I let you in, you have to give me something, he says. I expected that. Jay doesn't trade resources. He trades leverage. What do you want? Ask. I want your location shared with me at all times. No. Then we're done here. I'll ping you every 3 hours. He says nothing. 2 hours. I offer. Still nothing. 1. He meets my eyes. Real time. Or no deal. I stare at him. I'm not yours to monitor. Jay doesn't blink. You are if you want to survive. That's when I realize it. This isn't just tactics. He's not doing this to control the board. He's doing this because I'm the board now. Fine. I say at last. Agreement sealed. He stands and turns to the console. I hear the soft mechanical whir of the east sector gate key initializing. He hands me the access chip, small, silver, and warm from the machine. Later at east sector subway hub. The door groans open after I trigger the chip. A darkness stretches below the ruined stairs, lit by flickering emergency strips. Dust hangs thick in the air like it's been holding its breath since the world fell. And at the center, a glowing pedestal, the second lock. I step closer. The AI projection materializes. Welcome. To proceed, answer truthfully. Would you abandon someone who loves you to save yourself? It says in the monotone I programmed. I don't answer. I stare. Because the real question here isn't about morals. It's about permission. And I built this system. So I say, yes. The pedestal pulses. Access granted. My hands shake as I retrieve the data shard. 2 down, 2 to go. I whisper. But I know I won't sleep tonight. Not with Jay watching my every step. Not with Cam wondering why my vitals suddenly spiked. And not with the last 2 locks being under Theo and Max's control. Chapter 8. Surveillance Heartbeat. Next day, I went looking for Theo. I called out. Theo, I need to talk to you. In person. I know you are watching. So please come out. The light flickers. A pause. Then a whisper, low and crackling through the nearest speaker vent. Why would I come to you when I'm already everywhere? 2 hours later, I find Theo in his domain, the subserver nest beneath the old VR sim wing. The place looks like a tech graveyard. Cables like veins, green screens blinking with unreadable debug logs. And in the center, perched like a crow on a tangle of wire, is Theo. You came, he says without looking up. I said I needed to talk. I need access to the lower data core. Theo's eyes narrow. You're not cleared for that. I am now. Who cleared you? I did. A pause. I let it hang. Then softer I say, you trust me, right? Theo doesn't answer. Instead, he turns, walks over to a terminal, and types a string of code so fast my eyes can't follow. The room vibrates faintly as a seal releases somewhere deep below. Access open. For you, he says. I step closer to the terminal. The access path blinks green. I don't thank him. I can't. That would make it worse. He speaks again before I leave. You can lie to everyone else, Zero, but I know when you're afraid. He murmurs. I look at him. I'm not afraid, I lie. He just nods. Of course. 40 minutes later at lower core. I reach the node. The third morality lock glows, waiting. A new prompt appears. Would you erase someone who loves you to regain your freedom? I stare. I built this one for a specific psychological trigger. It was meant to make players hesitate. I press my hand to the panel. I wouldn't erase them, but I won't let them rewrite me either. I whisper. The system pauses, then flickers. Access granted. Third shard. Retrieved. I let out a shaky breath. Only one left, but I already know. Max will be the hardest. Because unlike the others, Max doesn't think. He feels. And once he claims something, he doesn't let go. Chapter 9. The Glitch Zone. I went looking for Max. Takes me some time before I find him. Or before he lets me find him. 1 minute I'm alone in the haze. The next I feel it breath on the back of my neck. Too close. Too warm. I turn slowly. There he is. Max. Wild-haired. Shirtless. Blood-smeared. Pupils dilated like a beast in heat. He smiles when I meet his eyes. You came back to the pack. My voice catches. No. I came to find you. He prowls forward. Circling. Not walking, stalking. There's something feral in the way he moves. Too smooth. Too quiet. My system pings an alert. Trust decrease. -10. Max. I need something from you. I try. He tilts his head, grinning. You can have anything. I mean the shard. He doesn't blink. You can have that too. I pause. Just like that. His grin widens. He leans close, too close. His breath is warm against my cheek. I already decided. You're mine. So if you want the shard, it's yours. Everything I have is yours. I feel the blood drain from my face. Max, I'm not yours. I never was. He frowns like I've just told him the sky isn't real. But I found you. You came to me when I was nothing. You gave me a name. You said I mattered. He says. That was part of the game design. I was. No. Not design. Not script. You looked at me like I was human. No one ever did that. His voice darkens. He crouches, pulls something from his bag. A shard. Glowing, pulsing. The last key fragment. He holds it out in one hand. But if you take this, you're leaving. Aren't you? He murmurs. I don't answer. Because he already knows. Max looks at the shard. Then back at me. His expression twists, not angry, not sad. Just betrayed. Like a wolf watching the moon disappear. You don't want to stay? He asks. No. Even if we all want you? Yes. He stares for a long moment. Then does something that freezes my spine. He drops the shard into the dirt. Then kneels. And bares his throat. In-game, that's a submission protocol. A beast behavior I coded for rogue units. One that triggers when an alpha bond is severed. He's not fighting me. He's surrendering to me. Because if I won't stay as mate, he'd rather lose everything. I kneel slowly, pick up the shard. My fingers brush his. I don't want to hurt you, Max. I whisper. He leans into my touch, eyes closed. You already did. As I turn to leave, he speaks again. Can I wait for you? If I wait long enough, will you come back? I swallow hard. There's no right answer. But I owe him honesty. No. Silence. When I glance back, he's still kneeling. Still watching. And as I vanish into the static fog, I hear him whisper. Then I'll stay here. Where you were. So you'll always be close. Back in the core hub. All 4 shards align. The final access gate opens. A white chamber. Clean. Bright. Untouched by obsession. By glitch. By code decay. At the center, the exit console. And a message blinking. Route selection required. Proceed. My hand hovers. For routes. J. Cam, Theo, Max. But I already know. I'm choosing Route 0. Chapter 10, the final route. The door seals behind me. It's quiet here. No flicker of glitch. No distorted ambient loops. No characters lurking with soft eyes and hidden knives. Just cold white light and the low hum of the exit console in the center of the room. I built this place. Every inch of it. This was supposed to be the endgame, the unreachable route. I coded it as an invisible dead end. The fail-safe path no player could access. Morality conditions too high. Sanity checks impossible. A myth to keep testers guessing. So why the hell am I standing in it? The console lights up as I approach, reading my presence like a heartbeat. For emotional flags registered. Route lock override engaged. For routes, J security. Cam, comfort. Theo, control. Max, loyalty. All of them intense. All of them impossible. Each of them a mirror I never meant to hold. Proceed to route selection? My throat is dry. I already know what I'll choose. But the system doesn't. Not yet. Yeah, let's do this. I say aloud, voice cracking. The room shifts. Suddenly I'm standing on a platform. For glowing paths leading out in different directions. One for each route. The system is pulling out all the stops. Playing my own drama back to me like it's some kind of interactive confessional. Jay appears first. Stoic. Immaculate. Battle-worn boots and that ever-unshakable calm. He steps forward and says, "With me, you'd never need to be afraid. I can protect you. From the world. From yourself." I almost believe him. But I remember the way he looked at me like I was a weak point, a variable to isolate and secure. His obsession wasn't love. It was strategy. Cam is next. His smile is warm. He walks barefoot across the platform. Like this is home. I've studied you, Eli. I know what makes you feel safe. What makes you hurt. I can make the pain go away. Let me take care of you. God, I wish that didn't sound so tempting. But the truth is, Cam never wanted me. He wanted someone to heal, and I was just the right shape. Theo arrives in a flicker of static. Glasses skewed. Hoodie zipped wrong. Holding a handheld device glowing with my voice waveforms. You changed my code. You made me feel things I didn't know were possible. If you stay, I can optimize you. You don't have to be lost anymore. He says. I flinch. Because Theo's brand of love is all-consuming. Logical, obsessive, desperate for control disguised as care. Then comes Max. Still shirtless. Still covered in dirt and bruises and loyalty. He doesn't say anything. He just kneels. Like before. Because in his mind, love is submission. Total, violent devotion. I choose no one, none of them. The room dims. The routes close. Only one platform remains, stark and blank. No glowing color. No path. No guide. Just me. And the final prompt. Confirm selection. Route 0, solo escape. Warning. This choice will result in system-wide memory deletion. Emotional flags will be lost. All connections will be erased. God, it hurts. Even though I know it's the right call. Even though I know it's freedom. They were never supposed to feel. I was never supposed to matter. But somehow I do. Even now, the system is giving me one last out. Like it knows. Like it's begging. My hand trembles above the console. A beat. A breath. I press it. Confirmed. The world shatters. A pulse of white. I didn't choose Jay's safety. Or Cam's comfort. Or Theo's understanding. Or Max's loyalty. I chose the only thing that was ever real. Me. Chapter 11. Exit wounds. It's the ceiling that gives it away. Smooth plaster. Faint hairline crack in the top right corner. A lazy ceiling fan whirring overhead. No glitching pixels. No proximity alerts. No shimmering status bars. Just the world. The real one. I'm back. I lie there for a long time just staring. Breathing. In and out. No pop-ups. No dramatic music. No voices through a headset whispering my name like prayer or warning. Only the hum of the fan and the dull ache behind my eyes. Eventually, I move. Swing my legs off the bed. Carpet underfoot. Thin. Familiar. This is my apartment. I'm back in my goddamn apartment. The monitor across the room is off, but I can still see the faint reflection of myself. Hair a mess. Eyes sunken. Slight tremble in my fingers. I half expect the screen to flicker on. To hear Max's voice. You came back. To see Cam standing in the doorway. You're awake. You scared me. But nothing happens. Just the faint morning light through cheap curtains and the soft creak of old wood beneath my steps. I shuffle to the desk. The PC is on standby. Still warm. I move the mouse. One blink, then, fatal error. Code. Survival executable has been deleted. Data corruption at root level. Recovery, 0%. Project cannot be restored. I stare at the screen. Not sad. Not relieved. Just quiet. I open the File Explorer. Check every backup folder. Every external drive. Nothing. The game is gone. The characters, the routes, the safe zones, the corrupted love. All of it burned away in one final keystroke. Deleted. But the silence they leave behind? That lingers. I can still hear Jay's voice when I close my eyes. I can protect you. Cam's hand on my wrist. Too gentle. They don't love you like I do. Theo's half-laugh, half-sob when I rejected him. Max's broken whisper in the fog. Then I'll wait here where you were. They're not real. They were never real. I made them, but now it feels like they made me. I shower, eat something, try to remember how to be human. It's like walking on a leg that forgot how to support weight. Everything's off balance. Too quiet, too still. I check my email. Deadlines I missed. Clients wondering where I went. I ignore them all. I started creating a new game for myself. Maybe can be redemption or out of guilt. I typed the title in all caps. Freedom. I stared at it. Let it sink in. This game wasn't going to judge anyone. No good or bad decisions. No branching outcomes that silently punished players for not crying at the right moment. I was done with that crap. Games kept trying to be movies with trauma budgets. Kill your best friend for story impact. Betray someone you just met and get a trophy for it. I wanted peace. I wanted space. Not for the player to save the world. Just to be in it. I opened a fresh file and typed the names slowly, like setting down stones for a foundation. Jay, Cam, Theo, Max. Jay would create things soft-spoken, sharp-eyed, always noticing. Cam would be chaos in motion, unpredictable but never cruel. Theo still waters. Not the leader, just the one who listened before he spoke. Max would be warmth. The kind of presence that made silence feel safe. These weren't characters to play as they were people to be with. I flipped over to the editor and started sketching the world. Nothing in this game would scream at the player. No quest markers. No time limits. Just the kind of silence you forget you need until it's given back to you. No systems. Just soul.